What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Movement Mindset powered by Station Athletics. I'm Chris Hardenberg here with Dave Whitson. We got JJ on the ones and twos. So today we're going to be talking about what to eat before and after a class at Station Athletics. So shout out to Nast Whitson, Dave's wife. She gave the suggestion. This is a while back when I asked the staff for suggestions. She gave the suggestion of what to eat before and after a class. And I think this is a great topic, mostly because, no shade, there's plenty of people who don't do it right.
Yes. Yes. There's people that are like hyper militant about it. And then there's people, it's like, who knows?
Yeah.
I haven't eaten in 8 hours and now I'm coming to work out type of thing.
So let's do this. Can we talk broadly what you should be looking to take in? And then let's get specific on time you work out. Because that also can, because if you're working out at 5:30 in the morning, you're not eating a full breakfast before you come in. So let's go broadly.
So this is going to be specific to Station Athletics and the type of workouts we do. So if I was just doing powerlifting for 60 minutes or Olympic weightlifting, the suggestion would probably be different, right? Because the joke was when I was at an Olympic weightlifting gym to get coached, the joke was, Dave, sit down and eat a sandwich between your reps.
Right.
Like sit down. Because I came from the CrossFit world and it's like anything more than 2 minutes of rest, like your exercise ADD kicks in, you don't know what to do.
Right.
And meanwhile, I was doing 2 reps every 4 to 5 minutes.
Right.
At some points. And it's like, I don't know what to do with myself. It's like, sit down. Sit down, shut up.
Yes.
Type of thing. So the vast majority of the time you come into one of our gyms, yes, there will be some strength components to stuff, but we are doing conditioning in the sense of like your heart rate's getting up, you're going to get winded.
Sure.
Right? So we do not recommend that you have a 16-ounce steak with 2 baked potatoes and an avocado before you come into the class right before it. But at the same time, we don't want you to be like, oh, I'm working out at 7 p.m. My last meal was at 12.
Yeah.
That's not great either. So the sweet spot, I'm curious because we didn't talk about this much before it, but usually it's, hey, 2 hours to 2.5 hours before should be like your last meal if you're having a full meal coming into the class.
Yep.
Right? There are some of us that were brought up on like peri-workout nutrition when that was pushed real hard, which I feel like most of that was supplement companies pushing it. So you buy the pre-workout mixed with sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like we're like, you must get this in the anabolic window.
Yes. We talked about that with the supplement podcast. I was like, anabolic window, blah, blah, blah. Eat enough protein. Like, don't get crazy about it.
Yeah, because there was people that had all sorts of muscle and super in shape and they didn't follow any of
that.
Right? But I see plenty of people are not in great shape chugging sugar and a protein shake during the workout and having another one afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. So usually it's, if you're doing something intense, 2 to 2.5 hours before should be when you kind of have your last food.
Sure.
Right? So that means if I'm working at 9 a.m., we're talking about a meal 2 to 2.5 hours before. I know most people are going to do that. 12 p.m., right? If it's 5:15, something like that. Now that's ideal world. We're not living the ideal world because we don't have, while I'm sitting at work and I can't be like, I'm going to work out at 5:15, so I'm going to stop and eat a meal at 2:30 p.m. at my job. Like when I was a teacher, I wasn't be like, hold on, children. Let me eat my food in the middle of class.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would get in trouble for that most likely. Now, did I have like protein bars and different stuff and an apple and stuff like that? Yeah. And no one complained. But still, at the same time, you're not having a full meal. So that's ideal world, especially if we're doing something intense.
Sure.
I think where people get in trouble is if they're working out post-work or if they're working out first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're working out in the wee hours of the morning, like I coach 5:45 in the morning occasionally. Guess what time I set my alarm for?
I don't know.
5:05. Know why? Because I refuse to wake up at 5 a.m. It's like 5:01 to 5:05. Now, the reality is most of our clients are probably like, wake up, sneakers on the ground. They come in, they're like just waking up on the way to 5:30 or 5:45, wherever it is. The 7 a.m. class, everyone's bright-eyed and happy and talking usually.
Sure.
It's like a totally different world, right? So if I was working out at 5:45 in the morning, I would make myself have something, anything, because you literally just slept all night, so you have nothing in you. It's called breakfast, right? So I'm not having a full meal before that because guess what? I'm not waking up at 3:30 in the morning. Right? So for people in that category, it's like, hey, have something that's simple and easy to digest. Because I did recommend someone have a snack on the way in, and they had like a whole hard-boiled egg And I forget what else they had. And like yogurt with granola. Like, think about that combo.
It's like Chris in Sparta, Chris Everts.
Yeah.
He would eat a kiwi before he would go in. Which
Just-
is a pretty good meal.
Just
honestly.
one?
Yeah. He would eat it, like he would rub it off, like all the fur, and just eat it straight up.
No.
That's awesome.
What a weirdo.
It was awesome though. It works. He said it works perfectly.
Sounds legendary.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, you can convince yourself of anything if you say it to yourself enough.
And usually in the early morning, the thing that you need is some carbohydrates.
Yes.
In you. Like you need that because you will feel kind of weak and lightheaded if you kind of push too far. The sugar's out of your system. So for those people, it's like, hey, wake up. But I know people say banana. I don't like bananas.
Well, that makes it tough for you then.
I eat banana. That's what
I
go
like
for.
banana.
Why do
Bananas.
people say bananas?
Sugar, carbs, and quick and digest
Potassium.
easy.
Yeah.
Easily.
Right.
It also as a fruit is like there's a little more sustenance to it than like berries or something like that.
I wouldn't know.
Well, I know. You know what I'm trying to say though, JJ?
I don't know. For me, it's the shape.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Whatever you say, mustache man.
Stop. Stop.
All super trooper quotes are coming out to my mind
gosh.
right now.
Anyways, to get back on track here.
Cut that. Cut all of it, please.
So yes, so fruit, really, just to go a little broad before we get back into specifics. Most people, when you work out like we do, carbs is actually the key nutrient before and after a workout.
Yes, it fuels everything.
Correct.
Right,
So
yeah.
you need the carbs to have the sugars immediately available to fuel the intensity of the workout.
Mm-hmm.
Even people don't realize strength work, like you need sugars to fuel that,
Yep.
right? So and even if you're someone looking to lose weight who, let's say you're eating less carbs than someone who's looking to maintain or build muscle, then put most of your carbs around your workout,
yeah.
right? Most of your carbs are before you work out and after you work out.
'Cause once your sugar runs out your bloodstream, what's the next spot your body goes usually? Do you remember this? Well, there's some people go liver.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
liver sugars, but it's muscles.
Yeah.
Is where your body will pull sugar out of
your
muscles.
muscles, yeah.
What's the fuel source for your muscles? Sugar.
Right.
Everything gets converted somehow into a fuel source that body.
You made me
fucking-
second guess myself.
I know, yeah, that's
I
pretty
was like,
good.
your muscles.
I asked him a question without telling him when I asked a question.
Yeah.
Tables have turned.
Good thing I got it right.
But so like your muscles, and most people are looking to actually have muscles that
Yes.
work better. So you kind of need to work on that.
And so that's why it's like Dave said, something that's easily digestible, because we've all been there. You eat something that sits like a brick in your stomach. All it does is pull all the blood and to your center, and it just kind of sits there. And that's when people feel sluggish. They feel like they're going to throw up. So it needs to be easily digestible. Carbs is the main macronutrient you need to be taking in before and after. And most people are like, oh, I got to get my protein after.
Yeah.
Really, if in a hierarchy, carbs comes before protein even.
around workout, yeah.
Yeah.
How many protein shakes did you have like for years? Because it was always like protein shake
Oh
after working
my
out.
gosh. I mean,
It's like within 30 minutes, or none of it matters.
basically.
That was, yeah.
And listen, don't get me wrong. I still have a protein shake after I work out, right? so it's more habit than anything else. But
It's also usually chocolate. What flavor? Peanut butter? Chocolate peanut
well,
butter?
it's peanut butter now because I am a good employee, Joe. If you're listening, whatever's
I am a good employee.
yeah, whatever flavor has the most inventory is the one I get.
Yeah, I have peanut butter at Roseland right now.
Yeah.
Because we just got a bunch.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to get, I don't get, well, I can't say this. I don't get much vanilla. I get vanilla. I actually do get vanilla though, because I like to mix it with my oatmeal in the morning. So oatmeal, vanilla protein powder, and then scoop of peanut butter. Bang, good to go. But
Delicious.
anyways, back to the focus. We're very off task this podcast. Is carbs is really the main one. So again, if you're in the morning, something easy to digest, usually some sort of fruit.
An easy thing is just getting kids' applesauce packets.
Yeah.
Because the serving size is about right for what you can kind of like digest. Because you don't want, and most people don't like applesauce. Like you're not buying applesauce for yourself most of the
Right.
time, unless you grew up Irish where you have applesauce with random things, or you know.
And I always tell people with our meal plans, right? Like we recommend 2 snacks, right?
Yep.
Or a protein shake. And they're like, oh, I work out early. I was like, okay, so do me a favor. you could drink the protein shake and eat a piece of fruit before you come in and work out, and then do normal breakfast later on.
Yep.
Because the other thing with, if you were to do that, let's say, protein shakes are also quickly digestible, right? And so that's really the main key there. Cool. All right, keep going.
I think the same thing happens for people who work out later in the evening because they have that weird, if they get out of work later, they don't want to have a full dinner.
Yes.
And so then we get into the same thing of having our snack before coming in. And usually, like ideally, we're sitting down and eating and it's kind of calm and it's peaceful. But if you need to eat a snack while you're getting out of work or whatever, or like driving, wherever it happens to be, it works well as well. So with the 2 snack thing, it's funny, we were just talking about this with someone, like whatever the carbohydrate snack is, you rotate that around your workout more.
Yes.
And then it works out better for you. But so for pretty much, the warning for me, for most people is, most people will not have the simple snack before coming in because they feel like they can't because they're like, carbohydrates are evil. I'm going to work out fasted all the time.
Yep.
And it's like working out fasted, like zone 2, where you're not really going pure sugar all the time or doing something more intense. You can kind of get away with it. Not really recommended, but it's like, oh, cool. We're doing echo bike sprints with kettlebell swings and burpee pull-ups. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to fuel yourself on nothing during this workout. So pre-workout, I guess to sum it up, is carbohydrates are important. They're not the enemy. They're the enemy if you. It's the same thing we talked about in the last podcast we just recorded. It's the levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said there's nothing wrong with it. It's not are carbs bad? It's how much and where do you get them from?
Yeah, yeah. So just like I was joking with you, the guy was like, someone at 5 early morning was like, oh, I'm just having a tough time, wherever, getting like feeling awake and power. Like I feel lightheaded sometimes. So I'm like, hey, just have something simple, some simple fruit, banana, whatever it is. And then the next week I see him, I'm like, hey man, where have you been working on having a snack before coming in? Something simple to digest. He's like, yeah, I had an apple. And then as I turn, I'm like, oh, great, man. And I turn, he goes, cinnamon donut. And I'm like, dude.
You know what, though? Credit to him for the honesty.
Yeah. I was like, okay, all right, not ideal, but I'm happy you did something.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you an adult? Like, and then like I go home and there's like a whole box full of apple cinnamon donuts because it's time of year. Pumpkin spice and apple cinnamon.
So
but, yeah.
So let's talk about this briefly. So we went over, you need to fuel with carbohydrates around your workout. That's the main macronutrient, and then getting some protein, although don't stress about it because, you know, anabolic window, blah, blah, blah.
Someone's gonna be mad about that.
Yeah. But why is that important? Like, who cares, right? Like, what is the downside of not fueling correctly?
So the issue is, besides kind of the ability to actually perform the workout, but you can get lightheaded. You don't want to get lightheaded working out. You can actually get hurt. But you are starving yourself of recovery before you even, because when you work out, you're breaking down stuff.
Yes.
And then you need to recover to rebuild stronger.
Yes.
So if we are starving ourselves of recovery before we even start the workout, we have just made post-workout even harder to get recovered from it.
Yeah.
And then if you're doing something, we just had people run marathons recently in New York City.
Yep.
Fueling is massively important during it because your performance just goes down the tank, and then it takes way longer to feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
Way, way longer. I mean, they do crazy stuff, and it's all, by the way, it's no protein.
Yeah.
It's all carbohydrates. You'll see people doing stuff like flat Coke during the marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Like all sorts of stuff. Look at the face. Because it digests so easy. High fructose corn syrup is partially digested sugar, which is why it spikes your insulin and stuff so bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, again, don't hear us wrong. It's not recommended for health perspectives, but for
Performance
short-term, immediate performance, yeah.
But their main thing they're looking at to help them recover, because they literally have to try and recover during the marathon.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to think about.
Also, this is performance of like a marathon or like a competition.
Yeah. I'm not talking about
like
a
going to
15-minute
class.
workout.
Yeah.
But that's why I like going to class. It's like, hey, have the banana, have the applesauce, have the small apple.
Yeah.
Apple's my go-to. I don't know why. Maybe it's the crunch and like the texture, which is probably why I don't like bananas.
Probably.
Yeah. But just something simple to digest around that time. I mean, I remember when I was coaching a whole bunch, I would be, what was the company that was big for a little while? That was like a little bit of whey protein and applesauce.
Oh, I have no idea.
It was like a fuel to go thing where I would twist the cap.
Oh.
Go squeeze?
No.
Goo?
No, they're still around.
Not goo. They're based out of the Northeast too.
I know what you're talking
we
about.
used to have a ton of them.
I can't remember.
Aren't they still relatively popular, like triathlon athletes?
I have no idea. But it was simple because it would just crack it, refrigerate it, crack it. It's just like the applesauce package for kids or whatever. But it helped a ton. The problem was I ended up having so many of them and not eating real meals.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so why, again, why it really matters, guys, is kind of like what Dave said, is two things. One is you're coming into the gym, and you're coming into the gym for a reason. Whether it's performance-based, health-based, aesthetic-based, right? There's a reason why you're coming in. But if you're not fueled appropriately to actually push yourself in the workout to get, then you're going to diminish your results. Diminished results over a long time horizon is going to be exactly that. You're not going to get the maximum results, no matter what your goal is. What, you might lose weight in the beginning, but then you're going to hit adrenal fatigue because you're not fueling properly, right? You might build some muscle in the beginning, but then eventually that falls off a cliff because you're not fueling properly, right? So that's where it's like, okay, if you're not fueling appropriately, you're not going to be able to push yourself to the extent that you should be given what the workout is. So that's A. B, you're not going to be able to recover from said workout. And if you can't recover from said workout, then what happens? Your results go down, meaning you lift less, you're less lean, whatever your goal is. Things start to hurt, right? Joints, muscles, because if you can't recover, things break.
Yep.
Right? And then if things break, you can't continue to train consistently, which again, over a long time horizon leads to less results. And so being able to fuel properly allows you to acutely perform better in class. And then over a longer time horizon allows you to actually get the results you're coming into the gym to do. And so listen, kind of like what you said, Dave, life gets in the way sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes you don't fuel properly. You don't realize you come to the gym and you kind of like, they call it bonk out in a workout, right? Like the walls start to close in a little bit and you're like, I need to sit down. I don't recommend that. We're not saying that's okay. But what we are saying is like, if that happens once in a blue moon, don't stress. You're okay. But the thing is, if you consistently do that over a long time, then unfortunately, and this might sound crazy from a gym guy, you're actually spinning your wheels at that point.
Yep.
You're actually just beating yourself into the ground, and you're gonna break at some point.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
And so guys, that's why this fueling matters. It's like, if you're gonna spend the time in the gym, then we want you to fuel yourself appropriately so you can maximize the performance in the gym, so you can maximize your results over the long time horizon that you're trying to do this. And to shorten it, the best way to do that, guys, is to work on getting eat a meal about 2 to 2.5 hours beforehand. If you have that ability. If you have the ability. And then if you don't, getting some sort of quick snack that has definitely carbohydrates, maybe a little bit of protein, but definitely carbohydrates in before and after your workout. Yep. Cool. As always, guys, if you have any questions on this, talk to your general managers. They're super knowledgeable on nutrition, can help you every step of the way. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram. Give us a 5-star rating on the podcast platform you listen on. See you at the gym.